Um, we only have a few. We're going to go ahead and get started because we're not going to keep you on here a long time tonight, just for the sake of keeping you on. But I wanted to say, and then Dr. Revis can say whatever she needs to say as well. First of all, those that were able to join Dr. Lamb's town hall last night, he gave a lot of great information, and I just wanted to point out that um, at the bottom of our week 15, is yours under week 15 as well, Dr. Revis?
I have not checked.
Okay, well, you have to put it there.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Anyway, and Dr. Revis will put it in her class, but you can find the town hall under week 15 plus. I emailed it last night, but for some reason it didn't open up. I don't know what the problem was, but I resent it, and the resent one opened up for me. So I'm hoping that you were able to get yours opened up as well. If not, just let me know and we'll fix it. I don't know what the problem was with that. But that's some good information to keep. And what I would do, I would put that in my put that on your computer, on a flash drive or somewhere. That's good information to be able to refer back to. I don't know how much access you'll have to 601 after the semester's over with. So anything that you would need from 601, download it and put it in your files so that you'll have that information. And with that being said, I wanted to just make sure that you knew that under week 14, where we already had some stuff, let me pull that up. Dr. Lamb went in last night after, and this is all your 603 stuff that he's talking about. So everything that you need to get started with, the case studies, the weekly discussion board activities, the OMA task and prompts, the OMA template, the example task one, the OMA example, all of that is in there. What I would suggest that you do, I would put that on I would get me a flash drive. I would save this somewhere else and not depend on being able to get back in there, because I just don't know how much access, once the semester's over with, how much access you'll have to these things. So just to be on the safe side, I would put it somewhere else and have it. Again, it's a lot of great information, and it's enough to to fully to get well on your way into this semester before we even start on the 15th. I think it's the 15th to start. But I did want to say that that based on the work that you've done for this semester, and Dr. Revis, I checked all of my students in my C2 class. Every one of them are completely cleared. In fact, he came to let me do this. To the soldier's play. You're good. Oh wow. Yeah, and I got a part in. Dr. Revis, you can unmute yourself. But all of the students in 60, the O2 section, you're completely cleared with everything for me in Blackboard. Everything is cleared, and I'm very proud of that. In the other class, I have 3 students. One of them knows what they owe me. The other 2, it's just a matter of getting it submitted to Blackboard. I mean, to TaskStream for evaluation, and the other is just giving me the screenshot of your scores. So that is good, but it doesn't stop there. Just remember, and Dr. Revis, when I get through with this, I'd like for you to speak about your class as well. But it doesn't stop there. Dr. Revis and I talked today, and she said that you had been working her pretty hard with the competency folio. But remember, you've got to complete for evaluation in task stream, the competency analysis and the School of Ed dispositions must be completed, and 99% of you have done that. If you haven't, when you hear this message, if you're not with us tonight, once you hear it, go back and take care of that. It doesn't take long to do that. The competency folio and your internship hours, again, if you're in my 2 classes, you submit them to Dr. Revis. If you're in Dr. Revis's class, you submit them to me. And Dr. Revis, I think 5 of the 8 students in your class, I've heard from. The other 3, I need to hear from you, and you know who you are. So Dr. Revis, I'll let you take it from here about your class.
Okay, in my class, I have only 3 students who've not completed everything in Blackboard, and I think they know who they are. And please go ahead and finish up your competency analysis and your dispositions, and don't forget to go ahead and do all your competency artifacts in your folio, and don't forget to upload in your competency folio. Right there at the end is a place where you upload your internship log for this semester. And I like to see it signed. If it's not signed, I usually send it back and ask get a signature.
Go back. Yeah, it's supposed to be signed and dated, so you know,
Yes.
we will send it back. Yeah.
And so if you have any questions, or you're struggling with something, let me know so we can get you finished up, because you've got 1 week to get everything in, and it has to be evaluated and through that cycle.
And again, I've sent, and I know you get tired of seeing my emails, but I'm sorry, that's what I do. That's what we're supposed to do. So it's reminders, my friendly reminder. I try to say it in a nice way, a friendly reminder. But we just don't want you to not to miss something. So we're gonna do what we're supposed to do on our end. But I will say that all in all, it has been, in spite of everything that we've had to deal with this semester, and it's been a lot, you have been troopers. You have pulled through. Your work has been just quality work. You figured it out, and that's what true administrators do, Dr. Revis. They learn how to you learn how to deal with difficult situations, because you're going to encounter them all the time. Just remember,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, to try to think back to about week 2 or 3 in this semester. And I know that most of you were very frazzled just with all the things that you had to do, the pace of the course. And I got some frantic emails along about week 3, and we told you just settle down, and look at where you are now. And you've completed it, as Dr. Simmons said, very successfully. You should be very proud of the work you've produced, particularly with everything that's going on in our professional world and our personal world. You guys have continued to be very top quality students, and my hat is off to you.
And talking about hats, Frank, I like your hat. I'm a hat man. I've probably got 40 or 50 hats, but I like your hat.
This was in your honor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Do you, and it's okay to unmute yourselves because there's only 8 of us with Dr. Revis. What questions would any of you have any questions of us at this time about any of the work that you're trying to finish up? Any questions? The ones that come online, they don't have questions anyway, I would think, Dr. Revis. We did want to give you an opportunity, if anything that you'd like to say about the semester. We're always open to suggestions of how can we improve things. We always want to do better if we we can do. So, you know, we're very open to that, but anybody that would like to say anything at this time, we're just going to leave it open to you. And this is very informal. Anybody? What kind of experience? Okay, go ahead, Frank.
I was just going to say that, like Dr. Revis said, looking back at week 1 and week 2, as I was going through the syllabus, I was thinking there's no way in this world that I could keep up or get all this done in 14 years, much less 14 weeks. But everything was laid out and broken down, and the guidance and everything, it really made it a lot easier than I would have ever imagined.
Well, thank you for that, Frank. And I feel like that all of you have a great, you should have a good foundation as you're moving into 603, to really do a lot of things pretty much independently, without, we've held your hands a whole lot this semester, but it's by design, so that when you get to 603, that we can back off, and you begin working a little more independently, and feeling much freer with the work that you're doing. Okay, anybody else?
I would like to take the opportunity to say something.
Okay.
This is Jennifer Dale.
Hey,
I just
Jennifer.
wanted, hi. I just wanted to thank Dr. Revis. Dr. Revis, you've been a wonderful support, and I know that I would not have made it without a couple of your emails. So just wanted to personally thank you for that. And I'm happy that we're at the end of this.
Congratulations, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
It's been a pleasure working with you.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, let me see. Okay. Dr. Revis, anything else that you'd like to say?
I just really have enjoyed getting to know each of my students in particularly closely, and more so your students here toward the end, when they've been asking a lot of questions about their competency folio, and we've been emailing back and forth. And I know you're going to do well in your next program. Just know that we're here. If you need somebody to talk you off the ledge, even in your next course, I'll be glad to do that. I know what kind of work you're capable of doing, and you're just going to have to take a breath and step back a little bit and think about how we help support you with those templates and helpful hints that you may not get when you get into 603, and that's okay. That's part of growing as an individual and as a leader, getting into waters that are unknown and unfamiliar to you. And a lot of leadership growth occurs during that time. It's how you handle those things, and how you sit down and problem solve and make yourself a step-by-step process of how you're going to attack this assignment or this artifact evidence. And so you got the tools to do it. And we have given you a lot of support and guidance, but we feel like that's appropriate for your first semester.
It is.
Reflect back on what we've provided you, and you're all teachers, and think about how you would approach these different assignments that you're going to have going forward, and you're going to be fine. You have all the necessary support out there, and don't forget you're going to have a coach, and you're going to have an instructor who will respond to you as well. So you've got a support system, but just have the confidence that you're going to be fine. You're going to do well. And I've seen a lot of growth. It's just really interesting. I love teaching 601 because I remember, Dr. Stebbin, the first night of class, you had on your hat and you talked about taking that hat off and that you're going to make that transition into leadership. And I've seen each and every one of my students grow in leadership and being able to look at a school situation with a much broader perspective. And that's
That's why Frank has his hat on. He has his principal hat on tonight.
there you go.
He remembered that. So, and
So
I won't forget that, Frank. That means a lot. Means a
So
lot.
before we leave, does anybody have anything you would like to share about your personal growth as a leader, where you see how you've seen yourself grow this semester? I'll come on.
And don't be shy. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I-
Frank.
Okay.
I noticed that I have a much better relationship with the administration in the building. It was kind of one of those things we spoke if we had something we needed to share, but now it's more open and I don't know, it's more comfortable being around the administration and talking with them. It's not like we exchange pleasantries and try to get away from each other. We actually have something to share now. So.
But Frank, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I would think after this semester that you have a better respect for administration and you understand much more about their role and why they do what they do.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Makes a greater appreciation for them.
Okay, good. Okay, somebody else. Okay, Alan, you're with us. Okay, unmute yourself, Alan.
Okay. Hey, how are you? Sorry for being late.
That's okay. We're just giving testimonials about how you feel about this semester and how you've, the growth that you feel like you've made and the direction that you're going in. What maybe what the class has done for you, hopefully done for you.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing. And I kind of got in on the tail end of what Frank was saying about, my administration, my relationship with administration has always been pretty good, but I always think that it's better to see, what they have to do and understand it from their eyes. And of course, when we all, I think all of us, and I'm not trying to speak for all of us, but I think when we decided to do this, we said, okay, let's see what this is really about. And wow, it's definitely, it's not really much different than what I thought it was going to be, but it's definitely a lot more eye-opening than I had anticipated. And I anticipated a lot, and it's a lot more. So I'm very pleased with it. And
Okay.
I started, like even today, I started on some of my internship stuff for this coming summer, because we started putting together our CTE spending list, and then that's going to work out to
Good.
actually next week I'm going to start helping build schedule. So it's going to be interesting.
Great. Well, that's moving right into 603. That's
Mhm.
great. Stephanie,
Yeah.
come on, open up, Stephanie. Talk to us about what you said to me in the beginning when the pandemic occurred and the call you got from your administration.
Yeah, she called and she was like, since you're doing your admin add-on, we're just going to put you on the administrative team and you're going to come in and help us figure this all out. I was like, okay, great. But it did provide a whole lot of a whole different side to what I was going through as a teacher, because I know in talking to my teacher friends, and they're like, I don't understand why we have to do this. I was like, well, let me explain to you why we have to do this.
Good, thank you.
So I sat in our conference room with our administrative team for like 10 hours for like a whole week, trying to get things together and help everybody figure out Zoom. That was one positive. I already knew how to use Zoom, so that was helpful.
Great. Thank you for sharing that.
Charity, I'm going to call on you. Unmute yourself if you can. Oh, you say, oh, okay, you've got a crying baby in your arms. Okay. I'm reading Charity's chat.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Charity.
Okay.
What about you?
Jennifer, Kayla, or Diane, would any of you like to say anything?
I think I'm good.
Okay,
I'm just so happy to be accomplished with something and moving on.
That's all
And I
right.
hate to leave you guys, but you know.
That says a lot, Jennifer. Well, you know what? We're supposed to get you to the point that you want to leave us.
True.
I will say too that I'm assuming everybody else's Zoom groups worked as cohesively as ours did. We actually had a member of our Zoom group that dropped around the fourth or fifth, they dropped the class between fourth or fifth week. And there have been a couple of times, I think, when all of us have been like, we are not going to make it through this, but we cheered each other on. So having that extra support, I think, was very beneficial to that. At first, when I saw the groups, I was like, oh, great, we have to do Zoom groups. This is wonderful. But then, you know, we text each other all the time, asking questions, not just about school, but also about each other and what all's going on. So that's been a real positive for me.
Well, I've been doing the program I've been with it for 8 years now, but I've been doing online classes for the add-on licensure for 4 years now. And the Zoom groups have formed lasting relationships with people. People from North Carolina, South Carolina, they actually went to Gardner-Webb for the graduation just to get their certificates, just so they could meet face-to-face the people that they had been working with. So, you know, that is something that we look forward to, you know, whenever things change. I hope by the time you guys finish the program that we can socially gather together a little bit better than the way things are now. But, you know, that's a great opportunity for you to spend some quality time on the weekend meeting people that you've worked with. And then it gives us a chance to meet you face to face, and to meet your families, and to see your spouses, your children, and and we look forward to that. Take pictures and hug babies and do all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that by the time you guys finish, that whatever we are doing at that time, that all of you would be able to come and to be a part of that. I certainly would love to meet you. And I will say this: Dr. Lamb and I got an email from a student that finished 2 semesters ago, and from South Carolina. And Nathaniel let us know that he had just finished his interview, and he will be an administrator in South Carolina beginning when school starts back. So we're constantly getting communication from our students, letting us know where they are in the process of things. And we have a large success rate with our students getting administrative jobs, a very large success rate. So, well.
I will say that this is my 3rd degree, whatever you want to call it, through Gardner-Webb. I did my undergraduate, my master's, and now this add-on certification. And I will say that it's just always a pleasant experience to be a part of Gardner-Webb. I'm a diehard Bulldog fan. I've never gone anywhere else, never want to go anywhere else, just because of the quality of the work and the education that I've gotten out of every Gardner-Webb program I've ever been in. I've had a lot of things happen to me in the last couple of weeks outside of school-related stuff that were personal, that Stephanie's on my Zoom team, and our group text some days are what keep us all going, and me especially in the last 2 weeks. So I'm just thankful for that group that kept me going, and Dr. Stedman, your encouragement and your belief in me when I thought I couldn't do it.
But I knew you would do it, Kayla. I knew you would.
Well, thank you.
Is Adeline with you right now?
Yes, sir, she is. Hold on.
I figured she was. Okay,
Yes,
hey, Adeline.
Can you say hey?
Hey, Adeline.
Hi, say hey, sissy.
She's been with Mom most of the semester.
Yes. Yes.
Hey.
Right here. She's a
Anyway,
mess.
Okay. Anybody else?
Dr. Stedman, if I might join in again,
Sure.
I know I haven't really done this. I want to kind of make sure that I thank you for, that first couple of weeks of going into this. There were some times where I was just about to pull the plug and say, that's it. I'll figure something else out. But appreciate you, taking your time to, work with me. And the one thing that you said that was like, it resonated with me. You said everything, there's a season for everything. And, when I told you why I was trying to, get into admin and everything, and I really appreciate that. That was kind of like a very calming word for me. And it kind of brought it like right here. And, don't get me wrong there, I'm still nervous as all get out about the rest of this program, but had you not said that, I don't think I'd be sitting here today. So,
Well, if you're going to do fine, Alan, and don't make me have to get in my car and drive to South Carolina and boil some wet noodles and beat you. So, I expect to see you at the end of this process, and I hope to get to see you at Gardner Webb when we give out the certificates for completing the program.
Dr. Stedman, I thought you would like to know that Alan and I have some commonalities between us. He was at the high school a couple years ago in my town at Kings Mountain High School, and I'm at Kings Mountain Middle School. And my current principal worked with Alan, so we have a lot of things in common.
Well, that's great, Kayla. Thank you for sharing that.
And he
Al?
went to a school of over 200, Alan, coming from a high school that had 50. So,
Alan, how many students at your high school?
4198.
40, almost 5,000 students. How many administrators?
We are now 13 APs and one head principal. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
And this is in what part of South Carolina?
Just a little bit north of Charleston, a place called Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. It's the third largest city in the state, and we're actually next semester starting August 2020, they're opening a new high school, and it's only going to take 800 kids off of us. So we're going to be down to about 3,200, but with the people that move here, we'll be back at 4,000 before long.
Wow. That's a university almost.
They call us Wando U, that's for sure. And, it feels like it because we do have majors. Like if you're in a CTE course, you want to pick a major, you can go in computer sci, you can go into health science. So it's pretty interesting.
I bet a lot of collaboration with the community college system.
We work well with our Trident Tech. We actually have a lot of their classes that come online. They come into our campus and teach a lot of our seniors. So yeah.
That's great. That's great. Great experiences there. Anyway, Dr. Revis, anything else in closing? Because I think we've pretty much got who's going to be with us tonight. Thank y'all so much for sharing this information. That it means a lot to Dr. Revis and me for you to spend some time with us tonight and to share with us some things.
It sure does. And just reiterating what Dr. Stedman said, please keep in touch with us. We want to know about you professionally, personally, and we want to be there when you get your add-on certificate and to wish you well. And again, I've enjoyed so much working with you and getting to know you, and Godspeed.
And even though you will not have Dr. Revis and me next semester in the summer, we're a phone call away or we're an email away. So, just because you don't have us doesn't mean that we won't be there for you if you need to communicate with us. Okay? Okay, good. Well, we'll see you in the summer sometime. We'll probably see you in a Zoom session somewhere. Okay. We'll talk
Have
to
a
you
good
later.
evening.
Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Sissy. Goodbye.
Bye, Adeline.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Adeline.
Bye.